Hey everybody, I'm here with a quick video on Dr. Phil. Dr. Phil filed for bankruptcy for one of his companies, and they said he was trying to do the Flynn plan. Okay, he was trying to get away with doing some illegal stuff. So he tried to file one bankruptcy where it would wipe away all of his previous debts. But the court said he deleted some incriminating text. So as a result, he can file another type of bankruptcy where he will still owe his creditors. So imagine Dr. Phil being on our TV all these years and he getting caught up in some scam. Let me go ahead and share a screen. It just goes to screen. This just goes to show you that even the best of them sometimes try to do some crazy stuff. Let's take a listen.
Well, Dr. Phil's Merit Street Media is filing for bankruptcy and suing Christian television giants Trinity Broadcasting Network and CT Ministries. I'll get it out.
Which
in
one?
In its filing, the Forward-based company accuses the networks of harming its business and contributing to its financial woes. The lawsuit claims that TBN backed out of its obligations and instead abused its position as the controlling shareholder. As a result, Merit Street claims it was forced to pay more than $100 million in fees. TBN and TCT have not responded to a request for comment.
So let me share screen again. So Dr. Phil accused of deleting incriminating text amid bankruptcy filing reports. Dr. Phil's bankruptcy proceeding has not gone as planned. A Northern Texas judge ruled that Dr. Phil McGraw's Merit Street Media Company assets will undergo a Chapter 7 liquidation instead of a Chapter 11 reorganization due to concerns of alleged wrongdoing, according to Variety and The Hollywood Reporter. U.S. bankruptcy Judge Scott Everett explained in his Tuesday, October 28 ruling that this is largely due to the suspicion about Dr. Phil's improperly filing for bankruptcy found on alleged incriminating text messages. McGraw has denied several accusations regarding the bankruptcy, including that he allegedly filed for bankruptcy to jumpstart a new company. To be honest with you, a lot of people do this. They reorganize, they file for bankruptcy, and it'll be like a pizza restaurant business, right? And it'll be Diva's Pizza, right? And then I'm having some financial troubles and I put up a sign, new management. I filed for bankruptcy. I reorganized. I don't owe any of my previous creditors if the bankruptcy goes through. And now instead of Diva's Pizza, is Pizza by Diva. Okay. Even though, it's not the same business, but it is the same business. It's not a new owner, but it's still it's a new owner, but it's not. It's still the old owner. You know what I'm trying to say. The court cited evidence showing that McGraw deleted an unflattering text message regarding a gangster move that allegedly incriminated him of trying to avoid paying certain creditors through the Chapter 11 route. Variety reported. USA Today has reached out to Dr. Phil's legal representatives for a comment. As Tuesday's hearing, the judge said he has never seen a case like this, referring to it as an anomaly, according to outlets. What is the litigation about? Merit Street Media is the famous psychologist TV network intended to replace CBS as the home of the Dr. Phil show. In 2023, Merit Street Media was formed as a joint venture, 70% owned by Christian group Trinity Broadcasting Network and 30% by McGraw's production company, Kapatesky Productions. Everett said McGraw intended to pay his own company, Patesky Productions, while opting out of paying unfavored creditors like Trinity and sports group Professional Bull Riders. Merit Street, of which McGraw is the sole director, filed for bankruptcy on July 2nd, just a day after McGraw and Patesky created a new company called Envoy Media. What was Dr. Phil's gangster move? In private messages, Dr. Phil described a gangster move to make Trinity a passive minority investor through a Chapter 11 bankruptcy, according to court docs obtained by USA Today. Court records state McGraw planned on taking the money and running instead of following through on his end of the bargain. Trinity and Patesky became partners under a purported 10-year agreement worth $500 million. Under the agreement, Trinity would offer production and distribution services, while Patesky would produce new content, including 160 episodes of the talk show over 5 to 6 months, according to court records. However, Trinity alleges McGraw failed to deliver the viewership numbers, advertising revenues, and product integrations that were promised, court records show. The network sued Trinity, alleging breach of contract and abuse of power as controlling shareholder. In response to the litigation, Trinity countersued McGraw, alleging fraud, and a month later, professional bull riders filed an emergency motion seeking documents to determine whether Merritt filed the bankruptcy case in bad faith. The Christian broadcaster said it spent over $100 million through its own services, as well as offering loans to Mary Street by the end of June, according to the Hollywood Reporter. Eventually, it spent $13 million monthly on production efforts, despite McGraw not delivering a single episode. They put a lot of money into him. A spokesperson for McGraw challenged that claim. Variety reported, adding that it aired 214 new episodes on Merit. However, whether those episodes were considered part of the Trinity deal has been disputed. What has Dr. Phil said? The TV star has denied allegations he improperly filed for bankruptcy, adding that he did everything he could to keep Mary Street afloat, THR reported. I'm doing everything I can to keep Merit up and running. This theory that this was all a ploy to set up Envoy Media is absurd, he said. But Sessi said an appeal to Everett's decision will likely be filed, telling Variety and THR in a statement that we respectfully disagree with the court's ruling and take issue with his comments concerning Dr. Phil McGraw. The judge indicated McGraw believed he was calling the shots, but Everett said candor to the court is critical. Listen, either way, to know that Dr. Phil is in this type of situation is crazy to me. I think when Dr. Phil left CBS and his Dr. Phil show ended, I think he thought he was going to do something similar to what Oprah did with the Oprah Network, which I hear Oprah doesn't even own that network anymore either, but that's neither here nor there. Let's focus on Dr. Phil. I think Dr. Phil really thought he was going to go build his own network and do better than Oprah did, and then he got into this deal and he didn't fulfill it. I think the way people used to watch talk shows in the past, that is in the past, because people now seem to enjoy reality TV more than they do a talk show. But in addition to that, many people don't even have regular TV anymore. They do everything via streaming services, YouTube, and stuff like that. And people will rather scroll through their social media like TikTok or whatever versus sitting down and actually watching a talk show. So I think Dr. Phil oversold himself and underperformed, and he got himself in a whole bunch of trouble. And I think he thought by filing bankruptcy, then starting a new company, he was going to do the flim flam, a gangster move, and get out of it. But he got allegedly busted in court. So now he has to figure out what he's going to do. If everybody don't get that these darn phones is going to be the death for you when you try to do crimes, I mean, when will the people get the message? Listen, people, chat with me in the comments, and when I get an opportunity, I will chat back. If you're not a subscriber, subscribe. Hit the notification bell so that every time I upload a video, you will be notified. If you are a subscriber, welcome back. Everybody, thanks for watching. Let me know. I used to watch Dr. Phil all the time. Matter of fact, the Catch Me Outside girl, Bad Baby, I only know about her because of Dr. Phil. And I couldn't believe that after being on the Dr. Phil show for being a menace to society and to her mother, she became this big phenomenon. Like, she just blew up after that show. It was just crazy to me that this girl went from being on Dr. Phil with her mother and acting crazy and told Dr. Phil to catch me outside to everything that she has now. But chat with me, guys. I'll chat back. Let me know your thoughts on this story, and I'll see you on the next video.